What's up, guys?
Welcome back to our channel. I am Riham Kasi.
I am Liza Madrigal. I am Gian Catila. I am Anak Kapulio.
And I'm Abdulalim Alidres.
I'm Sasha Chow.
And
we are from Grade 11 Zeta.
So for today's video, our purpose is to tell you a story about probabilities and statistics. So, shall we begin?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Go.
Once upon a time, there were two students and a teacher who were at the canteen learning about a new topic about probability and statistics. As the bell rang, they rushed to their next class. As they arrived to their classroom, the teacher wrote a question. The question says that there are 4 teenagers prefer to hang out at daytime, where other teenagers prefer to hang out at nighttime. Determine the number of hangout at nighttime. First thing to do is to determine the sample space and the experiment. The experiment is the activity where it can be repeated, whereas a sample space is a set of all possible outcomes of an experiment. In here, the sample space is 2 and the experiment is 4, so which conclude us to 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. After the teacher has found this sample space and experiment, she then asked one of her students to write down or list all the possible outcomes, where N represents nighttime and D represents daytime. Here are all list of the possible outcomes, and it is equal to 16. The teacher was never been proud of her student. She gave her a round of applause. She then called another student to list the outcome and try to look for the values of the variable N. Which would include to create a table. Here is the table that the student has written. We could see that in each outcome can either be from ranges 0, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, which to conclude that those are the values of the variable N. The teacher was then impressed with her student. She gave her a round of applause. The teacher then dismissed her class. Whereas in another class, they are having the same topic but doing the next step, which is looking for the frequency and the probability of N. The frequency determines how many times an event is repeated. In this table, the values of N 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 has its own frequency, whereas 2 has the highest frequency, which is 6. The teacher then created a table, which she asked her students to insert the probabilities. Here is the probability table where X is the values of N, where P of N is the probability. The teacher then wrote 2 more questions to expand the students' knowledge about the topic. She then asked her students to take a chance to answer it. The first question is asking about what are the probability of selecting 2 nights. So we list down all the possible outcomes that has only 2 nights, which is equals to 6 and over 16. Then we look for the common factor, which is 2. She then divided by 2, and the final answer is 3 over 8 or 0.38, and times it with 100 is 38%. The last question is asking about what is the probability of selecting at least 3 knights. You then list all the possible outcomes that has at least 3 knights, and to conclude that there are 5. Then the answer will be 5 over 16 or 0.31 times 0 to the 100 and is equals to 31%. The teacher was so proud, she then dismissed her class.
So that ends our story for today. Have you learned something? What did you learn? Let's ask my friends right here. What did you learn, guys?
We've learned that people have their own choices and preferences.
That's a great answer. So according from the questions that they have provided, it says that people have their differences and preferences. So what have you guys learned for today?
We have learned about the statistic and probability
By looking at the sample space,
and events, creating the probabilities tables.
That's it. So that was the whole point of the story, by creating the probability table or looking for the sample space and events. So that ends our video. Thank you all for learning.
Bye!
bye!